Welcome back this morning. We are joined by Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt for our weekly chats.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
All right. First, we want to talk a little bit about this Key to Home program. The council just recently approved about $400,000 for money of that. Can you explain what Key to Home is for the homeless community here?
Sure. You know, as I've said here before, our numbers are relatively low for a large city, but we still have a challenge on homelessness, and we want to meet it. And that certainly seems like that's what our residents want us to work on. And so we look to communities that have been successful, and one such community is Houston, and they actually have a smaller per capita number of homelessness than Oklahoma City. And so one of the things they did was they would go into these encampments and they would offer, not only housing, but full wraparound services so that those people experiencing homelessness would be able to really have the wherewithal to stay in that housing. And so that's what Key to Home is. It's really kind of our version of what Houston did, and we've worked closely with some experts in the field who were a part of that effort. And it does require funding. But if you just go into an encampment and you just sort of push everybody out, I mean, they just move somewhere else. It really doesn't solve the problem. And that's what Key to Home tries to address. So we go in there, and if there's 20 people in that encampment, they're all going to get housing. They're all going to get what they need, which might be substance abuse services, mental health services, job training services, whatever it is that they need. And so far, it's been very successful as it's moved. I mean, it's a slow process, and it's an expensive one, but it has had a good track record in these last few months, and we're continuing it, and that's what that item on this week's agenda was related to.
Yeah, Mayor, I think the homeless count just came out, and typically on any given night in our city, between 12 and 1,300 folks are homeless.
Right, and that actually is a number that's almost been the same for about 15 years.
Right.
So when you consider the fact that our city has grown by 100,000 people plus in that same time period, I mean, obviously our per capita number has shrunk considerably. And that number of 1,200, 1,300 for a city of 700,000 is actually quite low compared to other large cities. But that's still 1,200, 1,300 people more than I think anybody wants to see. And so that's why we're working on the issue.
All right, and quickly, Mayor, today Black History Month begins. Can you talk about the very important contributions by members of the community here, Black folks in our community, and really the update on the Clara Looper Center as well?
Yeah, this is something that I really feel like we've as a community wanted to highlight is our Black history here in Oklahoma City. We're very proud of our civil rights movement. We're proud of national people like Ralph Ellison. So we've got some great efforts going on right now, and it's definitely worth checking in on those during Black History Month. But in MAPS 4, our voters approved what is now nearly $26 million for a Clara Looper Civil Rights Center that tells our city's civil rights story. That's going to be near MLK and Northeast 23rd. And then a group I asked in 2018 to work on this has gone far beyond my hopes and dreams, and now has a multi-million-dollar monument they're working on that will actually be right by your studios in downtown Oklahoma City, commemorating the start of the sit-in movement near the original site of the Cat's Drug Store, and that's gonna make some real progress in 2024. This is the year that I think we may start placing some aspects of it, and it'll be really impressive, and it'll be right there in the heart of the city where everybody can see the story.
Can't wait for it. Mayor, thanks for talking to us this morning. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you too.